And that's where we expect our Black and people of color and Indigenous staff to assimilate into the current reality. And that, I want to stay there for just a minute, because that's what I'm seeing the most of. When you really look into the research on white supremacy culture, it is hand in hand with everything we call professionalism to be. Urgency, like high focus on outcomes, total disregard for the individual. Even if we really look at who defined that we need to wear a coat and tie, who defined, you know, how we dress on the golf course, like who defined the code that the rest of the world is trying to fit into. And so that's a way, that's something that I'm seeing a lot of white people in professional spaces wake up to, like, oh, I just thought this was like the way. And then I've been expecting all the people around me to meet this way, and totally undermining their humanity, their personal experience, their collective and cultural individualism. That's actually a gift to our culture, right? Because because the highest level of inclusivity is belonging and high individualism. So we allow someone to be the individual who they are. We allow them to belong without asking them to change who they are. Even as I sit on this call with my tattoos and my piercing and my pink lipstick, like, I'm aware that there's a privilege that allows me to feel confident enough to dress this way in a professional environment. And it has to do with my whiteness. And so as I am moving through working in white spaces, there's kind of like, it seems like maybe three camps, like a defensive, like, what are you even talking about? Like, I could imagine people listening to Jay and Corey and being like, you look fine. You look like you're doing great. Like, you know, and lifting them up as actually examples of how the discrimination that we're speaking to is not even happening. I see a camp of just neutrality and kind of powerlessness. Like, I don't know what to do. This is just a lot, you know? And then I see this other camp that's awakening and willing and doing the work and reading and taking some of these courses that we're offering, and still being overwhelmed by the magnitude of what there is to do, the more that they wake up to what's happening.